Rushed Crisis, Part 1 by Tito. Oh, so you've decided to participate, or you may have just gave in with the amount of crazed our games has been getting. Heh, no worries. Whatever the case that brought you here, allow us to explain the very game that will revolutionize sport games as we know it. Then, if you are still interested in staying, perhaps we can sweeten the deal for being a part of making history. Eh? Sounds good? Good. Welcome, friend. Please enter your name for us to properly speak to you. Manners should still be practiced after all. Theo, enter. Welcome, Theo. I hope your day is going well. We will begin with a short history of how this came about. You see, we are an alien species that's been in contact with your planet for many, many eons. Now we can finally meet each other. We are known as the Gooted. We love playing games. Honestly, that is an understatement. Our culture, our life itself, is games. Creating games, participating in games, growing our bodies while we play a variety of games, and so on. Our games ranges from what you Earthlings would call board games, which we typically call mind-close encounters, where we use small pieces to help expand our intellect, to physical gameplay we like to call grumbling grumble Groots. You Earthlings have a variety of names for games. Your species is simply fascinating, Theo. From the early days of your growth, your children played simple games involving throwing rocks, throwing sticks in water, or watching the clouds stroll by. Your growth was outstanding. From Galdieri arenas and wrestling, to bare-knuckle fist fights, to shooting guns onto targets. Now the games are seen worldwide on your television or heard on your radio. Football, basketball, soccer, and hockey, just to name a few. You know all of this, and so do we. In fact, the games you participated in were so wonderful, we made it a part of our culture. One of these games that was greatly inspired by your race of people, we call it Rushed Crisis. Rushed Crisis, Theodore stated out loud. He has short, shaggy, dirty blonde hair, green eyes, and porcelain-toned skin. Sounds kinda lame. Bio, Theodore Ottman, likes to be called Theo, 15 years old, enjoys playing physical games of soccer and ultimate frisbee. Medium build. Typically outgoing and caring, but tends to let his thoughts slip out. You got that right, Shrimpy. Another voice boomed out. A young man with honey-toned skin, caramel-colored left eye, a black phantom quartz embedded and shaped to be his right eye, slick back, stone blue shade-colored hair, and hoop earrings. This game better be worth my time. BIO. Rue Cloud Branches. Doesn't care for nicknames. 16 years old. A natural prodigy in mixed martial arts. Mayans ball game and the band game of pole hopper. Well-built and tall. Reckless, proud, and energetic. Loves crowds. Note, for those who don't know pole hopper, this is an extinct ancient game natives in America played to help warriors with focus, balance, and flexibility. There are dozens and dozens of tall rubbery poles stuck into the floor. You use the poles to help you move around, to kick, punch, or push off opponents off the poles. Sometimes sharp rocks are scattered in the spaces for more difficulty. We do not advise performing this. Oh, please, states a feminine voice. This was made by our alien visitors. Of course it'll be worth all of our time. All bronze with no brains, typical for guys. A young lady flips her long braided light brown hair, with blonde highlights, from her eyes, but they return covering her face. In that moment, her hazel green eyes and sand-toned skin were seen before being covered again. Her hands were covered with burnt scars. Bio, Vanaha Hayes. No nicknames, but she is known as the Witch throughout her state, and others from her impressive feats of speed, playing volleyball and softball, but mainly she is recognized for her natural talent in the game of Barefoot Fireball / Fire and Ball, hates her nickname. 17 years old, well built, arrogant, snippy, but vigilant. Note, Barefoot Fireball / Fire and Ball is another ancient game that was brought back for the sake of ancient culture being revived. Another version of this is Pelota Purépechá. This game, you use your bare feet to kick or hold a ball on fire. I don't know where you are or who you are, but I can tell you'll be a lot of fun, Rue calls out. Speaking of which, when can we get this started? A raspy voice now calls out from the void. I'm itching to play this new game and beat everyone here. Wahaha, Bio. Harvey Theronrash, nickname The Rash. Shaved head, porcelain tone, skin with freckles scattered on his face and shoulders. Well-renowned wrestler in his state in all forms of wrestling, including alligator and bear wrestling, which is how his grew in popularity. 18 years old, husky built, barely any fat on his body, cocky, comedic, and captivating. Loves attention. That guy sounds even more fun, Rue calls out again. A sigh could be heard in the void. Did you actually just laugh like a One Piece character? Oh, I know who you are. You're the Rash, aren't you? Says a low, stern voice. Bio Units Woodward, also called the Spade because of his tattoo on his forehead and on his palms. Short black hair, pale skin, and black eyes. 17 years old, well-known Bossa Ball champion. His persona is darkness, black nails, black lipstick, and black eyeliner. Medium built but slim overall. Dry, direct, and hiddenly dastardly. You goddamn right I did. One Piece is the best after all. Wahaha, the Rash proudly stated. Why do I have to listen to these knuckleheads? I'm hungry. Didn't they plan on giving us some food for this presentation? Thought a very large young man as he tapped his stomach. Bio, Gron Cook, known as the Bogman. 19 years old, crew-cut style orange hair, porcelain toned skin, cleft lip repair, and almond eyes. Renowned as the greatest bog snorkeling champion with the time of 50 seconds. Husky build, but has more traces of fat, always seems to be bored, always seems to be hungry, and always seems to be distracted. During their bickering, there was one competitor who didn't say a word nor acknowledge anyone around her. She simply waited for the game to start. Bio, Tamarok, no surname, no nicknames. Textured wolf mullet-style, strawberry blonde-colored hair, light brown eyes, and ivory-toned skin. 15 years old, slight cut on her chin and piercings on the sides of her eyes. Renowned as a prodigy in various forms of surfing, including windsurfing and ice sailing, as well as sledding such as volcano sledding. Medium, built and short, quiet and calculating. The light flicked on. The void disperses, and the 7 contestants were now visible to seeing each other, excluding Gron, who was trying to find something to eat. They were in each of their own tube spaces, surrounded by a vast white chamber, filled with silver thick wires on the ceilings and on the walls, with scattered blinking orange lights of various sizes and swirling patterned floors too smooth to be marble. Suddenly, the center rises up to reveal a secret platform with 5 tall alien beings. They were humanoid, but they had 4 arms, olive green-colored cashmere-like skin, antennas instead of ears, slight bumps instead of noses, and 4 pairs of golden-orange pupilless eyes. Their aura was friendly, which brought the contents more ease, especially for Theo and Rash. They were obviously nervous to see aliens. "Greetings, Earthlings. We are the Gooted," the shortest alien stated, throwing its hands up with a jolt of enthusiasm. "Thank you for your contribute in participating the game," rushed Crisis. "Oh, this is going to be so good." Its tone was peculiar. It's almost as if it sounded like it was speaking right behind them. Several of the contestants peek behind their shoulders, wondering if there were speakers behind them. Please don't dwell on our voices, but if you must know, our voices travel at the speed of your thoughts. However, your brain is able to intercept our sounds, is how you will be able to understand us. And I will say only a few of you won't be able to decipher everything. He takes a moment to scan the room and finds that Theo, Gron, and Rash was very much confused. We speak in mutes, quick and subtle, but you humans tend to want more emotion, which is just fine. We're able to adapt. Anyways, we are one step closer to playing Rushed Crisis. It raises a hand for one of the other gutted to summon a shiny Australian colored armor plates for the chest, arms, and legs, with a clear helmet in each of the contestants' tube. Place on the GG armor and we will go over the rules. The contestants quickly place on the armor. Once it was attached to their skin, silver wires sprouted from the edges of each armor plate to connect to one another to fully cover the contestant's face and body. All right then, feels good? Comfortable? If not, move around and stretch out the armor. Do not be alarmed from the sudden transformation. This is for your own safety when playing Rushed Crisis. The group of gutted pace around each of the contestants to observe the armor. In this game, there are 4 major factors: evasion, deflection, collision, and elimination. Thanks to this advanced armor we've created, you have the special ability to unleash incredible amounts of destructive energy from your very fingertips. The longer you hold the buildup in your fingertips, the bigger the impact and distance it can gain. People mainly use the pointer finger. Rue laughs as he uses his middle finger to flip off his fellow contestants. The shortest gutted continues. How can you go up against this? Well, you have another special ability that allows you to use your palms to block any of the blast attacks. But be warned, you have to time it well, because you can't block everything around you. Amazing, Vanaha thought to herself as he glanced down at his hands and palm. I wasn't expecting this. Gives me Dragon Ball Z vibes, Theo thought to himself. So this is like a tournament of power kind of thing? Spade then spoke out loud. I have no idea what that means, the shortest Gutted said. This game was created with a mixture of what we witnessed watching your human television and using the imagination of young children when they play on the playground. Imagination is such a creative tool to craft, the shortest Gutted stated. So definitely Dragon Ball Z influenced, Theo says while crossing his arms. When can we start? I'm dying to unleash my fury, the Rash shouted passionately. The shortest Gutted laughs. In due time, let us tell you what you need to do, but I'm certain a smart bunch like yourselves can guess as to what you need to do. This is a free-for-all, full elimination, last man standing. There's woman here too, Vanaha firmly states. I am using man for a short version of human, the shortest Gutted corrected. Vanaha rolls her eyes. If you want to team up, that's on you. If you want to fight everyone by yourself, that's on you. Those suits give you the strength and speed that could be considered superhuman levels on your world. Use it wisely. The entire area's lights suddenly flicker off, with only the 7 contestants' floor was lit. We will be watching you, so give us one hell of a game. Oh, by the way, have fun. From his last words, each of the 7 contestants' floors opened a hole that sent them plummeting below. I can't wait. This is so exciting, the shortest Gutted said as it leaped into the air.